Alright, that didn't work out, so we're back. We're just going to work that flake back in there a little bit. Just, then we're going to talk about the mold. How come about this mold was a fellow named Chris Hampton on Facebook hit me up and asked me for an idea. I knew of him beforehand because of he cut a mold for a buddy I know, and anyways, we ended up hooking up, and he asked me for an idea. He said he approached me. He said, "Hey, I'm looking for an idea," and I was dead set at that time. Like, I think the market needs a new creature style bait that's utterly different, but you know, that could be good in some cases. So this is what we come up with. So Chris with HS&P Custom Fishing on Facebook. I'll try to get his links and stuff in the description. So I'm going to show you just one half of this mold. I'll show you the vented half since it's mirrored. So what you see on this side is mirrored to the other half of the mold minus the vents. The other half of the mold is a flat plate. Upon inspection, I didn't really look at it good, but I would say it's a flat plate. As you can see, it's got a high, a real high. This thing was on the machine a long time to get a finish like that. So this is a 4-cavity mold. Others have asked how many cavities it was. I didn't want to answer anybody, so I figured this would be a good time to let everybody know. So thank you, Chris Hampton, CS&P Custom Fishing. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong on that. For even considering asking me. You know, everything about beyond that has been nothing but a great experience. So, collectively on Facebook, I said, okay, here's you some options, and people wanted to see black with various color flakes, so that's what we did. And this is where we're at. Get a little bit on this knife for you. This is not a real deep black, but it should appear deep where it needs to. Yeah, so I think the flake is going to be dispersed pretty good. Turn this backlight on for you. Maybe turn that up some. And you can't see it, but we'll show you. We'll show you in the bait. How about that? That sounds pretty darn good to me. So, the mold's in the clamp. Trigger's pulled. Flakes in here. We're ready to go. Using the Bait Junkie 7-ounce injector. This is a very good shooting mold. I haven't had to throw one away. And even if I start at 350, I do have to monitor the gate a little bit, but you can keep coming down to, I've had it down to 300, 310, something like that, and no issues. No issues with that at all. We're going to pull the screws out of this because, clean the injector out and just throw that in the cup simply because we got to do it anyway. So we're going to work things down, and actually need to see if I can sneak a little bit up in here real quick. get on this hole one more time. I just like to, even though it'd be okay, I just feel better making sure it's topped off. Way don't tunnel, it'll bore an air hole right through the center of it, and it could end up at your bait, at the head of your bait. So if you are having that issue, there you go. That might be something to consider. Hopefully that compressor's not too loud. I tried it earlier and it seemed like when I was talking there was no problem. So. We'll see what happens. We'll be right back. We're going to pull this mold out. I usually give a couple minutes to solidify. I'm going to pull this mold out the clamp. We're going to open it up for you. We'll be right back. Well, yep. Happy Saturday, everybody. This is Chris with Leadhead Lures, and also the channel Soft Plastic Bait Making TV, which is the channel you'll be watching on. Today's a very, well, the day I got it was a very good day, but today's going to be y'all's day. Y'all been wanting to see more. So, we collectively got together and I decided to do like straight black with various flakes. And what we're going to start off with is this is all going to be 015 flake. We're just going to, this is a tad spoon, in case you're wondering. So we're just going to start off with a tad and see where that puts us. And I will show you the mold we're shooting as soon as we get this worked in a little bit. And we're doing 8 cups also. This will be an 8-cup batch. Doing another tad of the red 015. And that was Gold Hollow. It'll be purple. And chartreuse 0.15. So we got that in there like we wanted. We're just going to mix this up a little bit. Get it all in there. What we'll do is we'll shoot, looks pretty good from here, but we'll shoot one round and see what this looks like. If we're close to what I want. If not, we'll add a little bit more. Definitely ain't taking none out. Alright, y'all. So here we are. We're back. We'll pull the mold out. I'll open it up. And then we're going to introduce you to our creation. Chris Hampton and I collectively made this bait into existence. And I'll show you where we both inspired, where we left each other room to be more creative. And it was only one draft. It happened pretty quick. Here you go. This is a Flutter Mouse. Maybe I can spin you around a little bit. There you go. So I'm not going to pull this one off and show it to you because I want to hang it up there. But I will grab one. Off of the wall up here and show it to you. There's my compressor again. I'm not going to cut this video anymore. We'll spend a little bit of time talking about this bait. What we have observed so far collectively. What some of the people have, what I can remember, some of the people have said that they've seen in the bait so far, just by observation, not having it in your hand. So we're going to get this up here. We'll get this shot. Then we'll talk about the bait. Make sure I clean out my injector. No. Alright, so I'm just going to switch this around with the injector this time, just to get things moving. And then we're going to basically rinse and repeat. This is also a Bait Junkies clamp if I haven't mentioned it, and see what I'm doing? I'm doing this one-handed with that injector right now. This thing's not going to tip over on you. That's for darn sure. We're just going to wait a second this time before throwing everything back in there. That way we might be able to squeeze a little bit out, top that off. Be that. That'll work. Alright, so let's talk about the bait. How it came to be real quick. Tried to rehearse everything. That way I wouldn't take up too much of your time, but I might stumble. I have no list to go off of. Alright, so Chris asked me for an idea, as I informed y'all of earlier. And I said, I wanted a creature bait. And then he said, well, what would you want it to look like? I said, I don't care what you do with the body. I want bat wings on it. The reason why I wanted these wings on there is because this is going to have this surface area right here with these wings. You're going to have this whole area flashing, and instead of this bait undulating up and down like this when it's going through the water, this one flaps like this. So I thought about that a while, and I was glad I was approached. The body was Chris Hampton's creation, and he basically said, you know what, let's just make a whole bat. So there you go. My observations have been, in these situations, a 3/8 ounce swim jig head, it runs about 4 inches under the water. This flaps all the way back to you. So don't be looking for a big flap at these ends. It's going to flap this way, under, over, under, and over. So hopefully that'll be a little different presentation. I will grab one and kind of dissect it for you a little bit. It hurts to do, but I'm going to dissect a few things for you and let you get a good look at how it breaks down. I'll just cover a few options that are kind of maybe you could use right up front, and then maybe we'll save a little bit more for a later date and come back to it, you know. The way I don't burn everything up at one time. So here we go. In this position, on a 1/8 ounce unpegged bullet weight Texas rig with a 5/0. 5/0 lands about right there. So this is the center line that he made sure, that way when you're he added, that way whenever you're lining things up, you got it on the bottom, you hit it through the bottom, and you come out the top, and then you should be centered, right? So that was a hell of a nice touch that he put on there. I just think it looks, I think it adds to the bait with purpose. So that's a plus plus. Alright, so this is the presentation I just showed you. We're going to just change it up real quick. Just real quick. Alright, here you are. With the connection broke. Okay, the thing that I found with this is that connection being broke loose, these do try to tangle up on each other because these wings are trying to pull in now. So these nubs have to come off if you split it. That's a real bad detail right there. So it just, connection point was perfect. I mean, this mold shoots freaking flawlessly. But as y'all can imagine, a lot of time in it too. Alright, so there you go. Now you got plenty of room to suck in whenever you're fishing it, and you get a little more movement. You get a little more tip movement. But remember, it's still going to be this way, not this way. It's going to be this way. You get more of a turn, so that it lifts and falls a little further. This was a change that we made. And this is it. It started off without these. So you're going to see it without these in just a second. So here we go. We're still dissecting the bait, right? There you go. There's another look at the bait now without the little ears on it. I'm going to grab, I'm just going to keep dissecting this one. I was going to grab another one. So right there, you already changed this bait here and here. Now this ought to get down some holes where this might have hung you up on. So that's the change we made. We added them ears. Adding them ears to the back of this is why we call this the Flutter Mouse. It truly, it truly flutters like that coming back to you. Truly flutters like that coming back to you. So there you go. That's the name. Flutter Mouse. Chris, man, thank you so much for approaching me. This project has been a blast. There's a lot going on. We need time. We just need a little bit of time, y'all. Y'all's input has been valuable. We got a couple other tricks that we want to add at a later date. I don't want to burn it all up in one video. That way, if we don't find them, we'll have some stocked up. So there you go. Killer flipping bait. Shouldn't have no problem worrying about getting pull them little ears off. There you go. There's a lot to cover on this bait, and it would be a long time. So we're going to shut it off right there. We're going to continue with our work. We're going to knock these out, and we'll see you on the next one. I will get the links down in the description for y'all. Appreciate y'all taking 15 minutes of your time to see what we got going on over here. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, the next one. I've got a good one for y'all. I got a package from New Zealand. Let me go ahead and throw this at you. I'm going to record it. I'll decide if I put it on YouTube or not. And there's a whole bunch of snacks right here. So we'll see what that's about on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Kick this weekend's butt.